Hello, let's start with something. I don't advocate hitting a woman with all the domestic violence in the NFL, but after watching this episode of Gotham for the second time, I'm advocating slapping a bitch. Because this is, swear to God, what the, wait the, okay. So after last week's episode, we find out, well, everybody finds out the Penguin's alive. And in Gotham. So Fish Mooney goes all crazy. He sends her guy to try to get Gordon. He said no, and I'm gonna shoot you. He shoots some guy, and then he gets Barbara out of the to like a bus station, train station, something, and tells her don't come back until I call for you. Why do people? Why did they do this? Bitch came back after. Why? Granted, he probably could have been killed. Yes, but she tries to talk to the boss of all bosses and try to get him to change his mind. What kind of world do you live in, bitch? Ah, hey, bullshit. Anyways, so so the Fish Mooney after that failed, they talked to Falcone and the Russian guy, and she said, "I'll take care of it." Nope, I'm gonna send Zaz. Victor Zaz is in the show. Sweet. Um, he looks badass too, by the way. Um, anyway, and there's a whole bunch of chickens. I really don't understand that until the end. So when the Russian guy grabbed Fish Mooney's ass, like literally a few steps from Falcone, she said, "Hey, no, he's still in the room." And then they talked about the girl who he hadn't even touched. All she does is cook and clean. Weird. Um, but even Fish kind of not. He's way too calm for this. So Gordon is getting his gun, and he does have an altercation with Bullock. He punches him. He's about to shoot him. A bunch of cops said, "Hey, get the fuck out of here!" But he does take the gun away from him and saves Barbara. So he goes back to work the next day like nothing's happened, and he gets already signed warrant um, that have not been filled out yet. So I don't know how that works, but anyway, um, so he's gonna arrest both the mayor and Falcone. Not very simple, and um, that's when Daz comes in and asks everybody, "Hey, I'm Victor Daz, and I'm here for one person only, Gordon." All of them turn to the chief's captain's office. Okay, and then he threatens Gordon in front of like 30 odd cops. What kind of how crap is this place, man? How can you? Okay. Anyway, but he did say please when he asked everybody to leave. And then there's a shootout with them. They didn't give them names, but I'm gonna call them Bambi and Thumper. Thumper and Bambi, which is from no. And now I'm totally forgot. It was Sean Connery's last hurrah James Bond probably come to me after I'm done with this video. Anyways, yeah, Bambi and Thumper started a shootout after all the cops gone. The shootout, and Victor Vizaz didn't shoot Gordon. One of the girls did. Shot him in the side. He runs out, and then he goes into the where all the cars are. As the shooting happened, another cop who just comes out, and she gets shot twice in the leg. Eventually, Montoya and Alan save them, and they drive off. Then Zaz kills the cop that tried to help in the chest, I believe, and then he marked himself and said 28. So he's been doing this for a while. And we find Gordon in like a lab at Arkham University, I guess, or Gotham University. Then they go to Bruce Wayne's house, the one and only time we see him. And he says, these guys are going to take over the case in case I die. And he hugged it out with Bruce. And then he starts getting ready for the final showdown. And that's when Bullet comes in with probably a known prostitute, but he was drunk. And then I'll go along with you. And, well, if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die a hero. And like the last episode, ain't no heroes. This one, he's gonna die a hero. So they arrest the mayor, and then they get into Falcone's stronghold. They use the mayor. They let in, and then they try to arrest Falcone. Oh, I have Barbara, and I'm not going to tell you where she is. One phone call from me and Victor's ad will add another death to his list. And of course, neither one of them bleed them, but they had to let him go. Because this is where I wanted to slap him. Why? Why would you come back? Anyways, why do characters do that shit? Listen to the heroes! Morons! Anyways. So he calls Victor, who had her in the kitchen with the other girl who Fish Mooney recruited. She made like a muffin or something like that. Muffins? Look gnarly, by the way. Anyways, let's see what else. So they do take him, and he's not gonna be. She was all tied up. And again, don't advocate violence, but I wanted to slap Falcone because he let them all go. Why? And that's what pissed me off too. You have all three of these guys. You could have tortured and murdered them, but nope, you let them go. Bye. But we do find out why. Side note, there was an infighting because they would not let Maroni would not let Penguin go. So, one of his trucks get robbed with a bunch of nuns all chained in front of it, and then they kind of reminisce of Goodfellas when he robbed the truck. Instead of getting beaten up, he shot two of them. He even asked, beaten up or shot? Well, why do I have to be shot? Because we're sending a message, dumbass. Just tell him. And then he shoots both of them. I kind of like that part. And then Penguin had a plan. Since Maroni's boy, who does not like Penguin, and then they killed some guy who Marnie thought was a son, kind of. And then the Penguin, what you love is a guy with a dick. So he punched Penguin, and then Penguin says, what you covered the most, but you're a cheapskate. So his boys turned on him and got stabbed. That was sweet. And so all in all, so they have a meeting after, I think it was right after he let oh no, it's before. Sorry. But Marnie gave up part of Gotham with all the toxic waste, which is also on top of an Indian burial ground, something like that. And it's worth nothing, but he gave it up under advice from the Penguin. So we see later he's in his kitchen drinking coffee or eating something, and so he apologized to the girl. Hey, business is business, she said. And then I'm gonna go out and check the chickens. And then we see the Penguin. And then I'm thinking, oh shit, what's going on? He's gonna kill him? Nope. Hey, my friend! And then he did mention this in one of the episodes that, hey, condemned man will tell the truth. So he told the truth. And he told Falcone that the Russian and Fish Mooney are hooking up. Yeah, wow. And then also that she's planning on killing him to get after they take over, something like that. And then he's the one that got Falcone to say, hey, get Jim Gordon to try to kill me, and if he doesn't, I will come back and work for Falcone and become a snitch for him. Something like that. What the heck is that? Oh well. So he's so it does show after the first episode kind of what happened, and so he knows, and then that's the end of the episode. All in all, really good. Other than Barbara, and I do like how Montoya apologized for being a dick, because she being in love with Barbara, and I should have trusted and not be a bitch like that. All in all, great episode. No villain of the week. We do get Jazz, which is super sweet. It's still technically early in his career, but it's so sweet. All in all, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5. Other than it pissed me off so much, but still great episode. This is Jesse Green, the 619 Nerd, signing off.